Dropbox.
Did you figure out if we can pause that, or are you just content to let the file accumulate if we need to stop and restart?
It's fine. We're not stopping this. You can't stop this train, the E3 train, hype train.
I could fall asleep any minute. That would put this train to a grinding halt.
Drink more of this NOS Zero, or Zero NOS.
What is zero about it? The calories?
Probably. I didn't check. I was just like, zero is probably better than regular, though.
It says zero, but also it's probably not.
There's something that the regular has that this one has zero of, and if I can get less of whatever's in NOS in me, that's probably the best.
Here's the thing about things with 0 calories in them, is that like if it tastes like something but isn't anything, it's probably worse for you than the thing that tastes like something and is something.
Yeah, I mean, if I was being entirely health conscious, I probably wouldn't be drinking anything named after fucking...
It's got... Kyle, this has yellow 6 in it. Do you know how bad that is for you?
Oh, and it's not the stuff in Mountain Dew,
cyanocobalamin. Oh, that's vitamin B12. That's fine, probably.
Alright, stop it.
What's up?
Welcome, everybody. We're here to talk about E3 2013. I forgot our mics, so now Keith and I are...
Don't confess what we're recording.
Keith and I are sitting 2 feet apart and staring into each other's eyes, and I find it very disconcerting.
I like it.
So, E3 2013 is still happening, but the press conferences have all happened.
Yeah. Which means there's nothing left for the two of us.
Yeah. I haven't been paying attention to any of it. I just watched... It's like Thursday, Wait, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday, I just watched...
It's almost Thursday.
I just watched the Sony conference like a minute.
This won't be up for a month, so you're good. They won't know a day.
So,
yeah,
new consoles.
Yeah,
it's a big year.
Yeah,
lots of things.
Yeah. What's
your immediate impressions? How do you feel about the whole DRM controversy? Xbox, the Xbone versus the PlayStation Quad.
So,
Drupal.
Every single news story that I see, is about. So, in this way, Microsoft is a genius. Because every single news story is about Microsoft. Whether it's about Microsoft or how Microsoft relates to Sony, everything is about them. They've completely taken over in terms of... it was almost impossible for me to find anything about the Sony stuff, because everything was just like Microsoft. I Googled, E3... Sony live blog to read a live blog of it, and the first 3 things were Microsoft live blogs.
Yeah, I'll say this about the Xbone, which I'm sticking with. I'm sticking with Xbone, and I'm gonna sit on this Xbone, and I'm gonna push it hard because I want this Xbone to stick. Xbone, strap it on. Strap it on.
I think someone already called that
for the next 8 years. We're calling it the Xbone. It's way more interesting.
It is way more interesting.
Just because there's so many weird... everything about it is so weird. Okay. There's so many eccentricities. Whereas the PlayStation 4 is just it's another PlayStation.
Alright, so we're talking about the Xbox One. The Xbone.
The Xbone.
The next Xbox. Nextbox. Natal. No, that's a different thing. I watched the press conference, and I saw a lot of games that looked really good. A lot of them. I saw at least 4 exclusives that I was like, I want to buy that.
Yeah. I was pretty impressed by the fact that they were just alright, here's your fucking games.
Yeah.
You're getting so mad about this, here's all of the games.
Exactly. And then I'm seeing the Sony one, and I go, there's some games there. They don't look as good to me. To me, they do not look as good.
You don't want Drive Club.
I don't want Drive Club. I specifically Drive Club and Gran Turismo, I'm not interested in.
At the announcement in February, they showed off a teaser for Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay. I like Infamous. So
I don't like Infamous.
I like Infamous, so that's pretty cool. When they showed a trailer at the press conference, and it looked awesome.
Yeah.
I'm on board for Infamous.
It looks like all the Infamous games look good. I just don't like to play them. I don't like the way that they control.
We need to fix this.
And I think that the gameplay's a little bit boring. It's a little bit boring.
It's a little bit boring at the beginning, where you get more abilities and you get to more interesting areas. It gets way more fun.
I don't know. I feel like that's not a strong way to start off your game. How do we start that? What's the lead on that game's name?
Cole.
Cole. What do we do for the start of this game? Make it a little boring.
Oh wait, you mean the lead
Yeah.
So I thought you meant like the lead character.
No, the guy that made it.
I like the idea that it's both. The main character.
Yeah, it's semi-autobiographical. But okay, so
we need to fix this. This is a problem. This game's not boring. It's great.
All right, let's go.
First Infamous is the best game of 2009.
Let's go back. I remember.
Forget it.
God, you literally will not, because you bring it up, I think, every week.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been charting it.
Every week, by the way. We do record a podcast every week. We just keep them to ourselves.
Well, I talk to you at least once a week. It doesn't have to be during a recording. We don't only exist.
I'm just imagining you sitting at home and getting a text message from me, and we're like, by the way, Infamous was the best fucking game of 2009.
I had 1.5 Angry Orchards. Is that the thing you drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been known to.
Yeah. He drinks like 6 of them an hour. It's disgusting.
They're pretty good.
You're disgusting.
Phil was describing like a shock top apple, Honeycrisp apple something, but still applies to Angry Orchard. It's like an apple that you can drink with alcohol in it.
Can I guess what it tastes like?
What does it taste like?
Carbonated apple juice if apple juice tasted shitty.
No. Wrong.
Wrong?
Wrong.
I'm wrong?
Yeah.
What does it taste like?
It tastes different.
It tastes like, is it carbonated? Is it lightly carbonated?
Yes, it's carbonated.
Does it taste like apple juice?
No.
No? Does it taste like apple cider?
Not really, no.
No?
It's its own special apple thing.
Does it taste shitty?
I wouldn't like it if I thought it tasted shitty.
Lots of people like drinks that they think taste shitty.
You would think it tasted shitty because you're an asshole.
I'm not an asshole. I just am not lying to myself. I'm just not associating the taste with a memory constantly for my whole life.
The taste with a memory?
Yeah. There's no way that people like the taste of that. Like, when people, when people are drinking something and they go, this tastes good, what they're really saying is, when I was 15 and got drunk, it was awesome.
Okay.
It's impossible that it tastes good. There's only one food in the entire world that I think tastes bad. I'm the least picky person in the world. Alcohol tastes bad. It tastes really bad.
You're the least picky person, you're right.
Yeah. There was a contest, I have a plaque!
The least picky boy at the fair.
Yeah.
Keith Joseph Carver.
Mm-hmm. It was a county fair. It's a big fair.
We were supposed to be talking about video games.
So, like I was saying. Okay, so people are focusing on Sony with...
By the way, your girlfriend's in the corner of the room.
Hi,
freaking
Megan.
me out, but every time you say something absurd, I look over at her to see if I'm getting anything. I'm not getting anything.
From what I'm saying, or from what you're saying?
I want to see what she thinks of what you're saying. And so far, I'm not saying a lot.
I've said this.
Maybe she's just immune to it.
Yeah.
Try to be so quiet.
Listen, you don't have to be quiet. Just know that if you make any noise at all, you ruin the whole thing. What are we talking about?
Infamous.
Is that why you keep like glancing over? You're like,
what did
is
you
this the
think?
person? I forgot that she was there. Hey, Megan. You don't have to cover.
Don't cover your face.
She's burrowing again. Get out of there.
She Diglett now.
Yeah. She Diglett before. Get out. Too much? Yeah. Well, that's because you have a fleece blanket on. It's 1,000,000 degrees. Is that fleece? Is this fleece?
Yeah. No, what? I didn't even have to touch that to tell you it's not fleece.
I don't know what fleece is. I kind of know what fleece is, and I kind of knew that wasn't it.
I just like that she had to hide under the blankets from all the people that aren't actually here.
Yeah.
Are you done? Can we keep talking?
What were we talking about? God,
Infamous.
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 Oh, no, we were talking before that. Infamous? Oh.
Like PlayStation and
oh, yeah,
things.
so people are like, okay, so let's get out of the way. Pros of PS4, $100 less than the Xbone. That feels terrible to say.
Cha-ching.
I'm not saying Xbone anymore.
Cash money, $100 in your pocket.
$100 in your... Well,
that doesn't leave.
Yeah.
If you buy a PS4.
Right. And then the other one is, like, discs and, like...
No.
Like, the way that discs worked before on your console, it's the same thing.
Yeah. We have to talk... We need to have, like, a discussion about this.
Okay. How much does the Xbox One DRM chap your ass?
Like, not
like
that
nothing,
much.
right?
Like, not at all.
Pretty much zero? God.
Like,
guys, calm down.
Like, when they said that thing about not having the disc-based DRM at the PlayStation thing, like,
the crowd went crazy.
I'm pretty sure they started fucking in the aisles. Yeah. Like, they were out of their mind.
Because it's not, because they're not thinking, they're not thinking into what the experience will actually be like. It's like this weird, like, conceptual principle that they're cheering for.
Consumer rights!
Yeah, they're cheering for consumer rights.
Meanwhile,
they're cheering for someone who's being more of a good guy than someone that in their head is a bad guy. Yeah. They're not actually cheering for the difference between the two, which will be practically nothing. Yeah. The only thing about the Xbox One that really bothers me is the 24-hour thing. And it doesn't really bother me, because it's not an issue for me.
Well, here's the one thing.
Tell me the one thing. Is it one thing?
24 hours is low.
Yeah.
Because, like, even if you're going away to, like for the weekend to, like, a cabin or something with no internet, but you want to bring your Xbox, like, you can't do that.
But I tweeted Xbox support asking, basically, like, what if you're going on vacation? Like, what happens if you're going on vacation and you don't have internet?
They're like, go to vacation to someplace that has internet.
They said, well, you can connect via your phone's wireless.
If you can do that.
If you can do that. Two,
which I can't.
If you have service on your, like, where you are.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to a cabin in the woods, or you're going to jam out on an Xbox.
Or if you're going to Amherst. Yeah. Like, the middle of nowhere that's right next to Boston.
Yeah, if I'm going to the uppermost part of Maine and also right next to Boston.
No, anywhere in Maine. Like, come on.
But I want to make it clear how severe. Megan, is Amherst a terrible place?
We're getting a so-so, kind of.
She forgets every time that she's not there how bad.
The short time I spent there, I enjoyed
a short memory span.
I enjoyed the place. I was like, this is like a
beautiful goldfish, babe.
I like Maine, and fucking stop it. I like Maine, so when I went to Amherst, my reaction was like, oh, I didn't know Maine was in Massachusetts. But that also, like, so I thought it was, like, nice and a charming place.
Yeah.
But there was no fucking internet in that place.
Yeah, there's no internet, there's no phone service. There's like one...
How am I gonna check my tweets?
When I'm there, which is rarely...
Hey...
There's one
Think about this. No one's ever checked in to Amherst. Ever. Yeah.
Oh my god, if you could get service there, you could be the mayor of every store.
I'm gonna get all these discounts.
Yeah.
That exists.
Do you get discounts for that?
I can't. There's gotta be something.
There's a dude that comes to the JP Licks that I work at that is the mayor of that place. He's the worst. Turns out the guy that goes to a place more frequently than anyone else is a total douchebag.
No way!
Yeah.
He's the guy who's concerned about being the mayor of a place on Foursquare?
I don't think he's concerned about it. It just happened by chance. He's just the worst. He's a total creep douchebag.
Sorry, I missed the first half. Who are we talking about?
There's a guy his name's Jay. He walks his dog around and he comes in and he's a weirdo.
Oh, at JP Licks?
Yeah.
Talking about? Right.
Yeah, he's the mayor of JP Licks.
When you put it that
he's actually on the payroll.
He's the mayor of JP Licks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... I don't know, like...
God, I just don't... When people are complaining about it, I just don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, like, I remember... God, alright, let me look it up. I could probably find it really quickly.
Okay, I don't not care at all.
Right.
But I don't care so much.
Yeah.
Like, it's not it's like...
So, yeah, okay, so there was this one person on Twitter that was... This is at Skylar Barwell, who was replying to some of the things that I was saying.
Who's Skylar Barwell?
Exactly. Burn. No, he was replying to some of the things I was saying, and he very clearly was not pleased about the Xbox DRM. Like,
oh, this is someone that follows you.
Yeah. Okay. So I said, they are really going all out on this check out all these games thing. And then he replied, like, they're basically saying, please buy our system and ignore the horrible things that we're doing. And then later on, I said, when they announced that it was $500, and I said, surprised by $500? What did y'all expect? And this person said, like, we're not surprised, but it is pretty expensive for something that won't let me play used games and spies on me. I'm like,
can we also the spying thing? Can we knock that off? It's your Xbox isn't going to spy on you.
First Prism, now Xbone.
So
This is the world that we're living in, Keith. There's no privacy.
Kyle, let me explain to you how stuff works. When something is sending data, it can be measured.
Listen, Xbox is going to be using Kinect 2 to watch you jerk off to porn to figure out what kind of things you like to jerk off to, and then they're going to advertise that to you.
Are people jerking off in front of their Kinect just hoping someone's watching? Like it's theoretical voyeurism?
More like concerned.
Concerned? No, I'm thinking like people like hoping.
Listen.
Yeah?
The kind of porn that I like to watch is between me and the porn site that I subscribe to, not Microsoft. Get off my D.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Do they have like an incognito thing on Internet Explorer, or is it just like deleting? Are you just deleting cookies?
I use Chrome. Why would you say Internet Explorer?
Because I was trying to think of a connection between I don't want Microsoft to spy on me and. Saddling up closer to the mic there. Yeah. Did you get a haircut?
I did just now. Just today.
Just today?
I did.
Like not.
What do you think?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I got a thumbs up from the peanut gallery. Thanks.
Get back to shelling. They shell peanuts at peanut galleries. I don't know what they do at peanut galleries. I know that they talk, but I'm pretty sure that they also shell peanuts.
I don't really know what a peanut gallery is.
Want to look it up? Edam Online?
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Xbox, Kinect, spying.
Spying.
You can turn that shit off.
Yeah, you can. First of all, you can turn it off. Second of all, if it was sending a whole bunch of data through your connection, you'd be able to measure it. Like if they were being like, these are all the words this family's saying. Look at the Joneses. Look at what the Joneses are talking about. Like you'd be able to measure that and see if they were sending out like gigs of data.
And also, this is easier to not care about than the NSA prism thing.
Yeah.
But, like, this is the same thing that I was saying that. It was like, even if they were spying on me, like, I've already accepted the fact that there's no such thing as privacy or private information anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's, like...
Whatever.
It's kind of shitty to take all your information without asking you.
Yeah.
If they asked you, or if they let you know, like, this is what we're going to be doing...
Well, it's going to be in the terms of agreement. Duh. You read that, don't you? Do you not read that?
No, I read that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I read that. Me and Megan, we both read them. All the time.
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
That was funny.
That was a good time.
You cracked up.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, relax about the Kinect thing.
What was it? Oh, yeah. They said that it's listening for Xbox On. Yeah. It's listening for it's passively listening for 2 words.
And...
Which, by the way, it's going to be great when I'm going to be like, yeah, let me just turn my Xbox on. And then it's going to like, it's going to be great. You're not excited for that bit every time? Like, you want to play some Halo? Yeah, let me just turn my Xbox on.
I just think it's so funny that one of the commands they had was Xbox Go Home. And they just kept saying that, and I'm just like, really, guys? You're not expecting, like, any kind... Like, there's no jokes anyone could make about Xbox Go Home, right? But,
Wait, like what?
Like Xbox, like Xbox Go Home, you're drunk, or, like, just you don't like Xbox, so it can go home with its DRM and stuff. You know. I already saw, a YouTube video that was like not the E3 press conference, but the thing that they did before with the TV and the whatever. It was like Xbox unveil highlights, and it was just every instance of someone saying TV or sports in that announcement, and then just all the instances of Xbox Go Home.
Oh, wait, that reminds me of games, of video games. During the during the Microsoft press conference, the Project Spark thing.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how you feel about that?
Oh, the limitless depths of my uncaring about Project Spark.
God, what is that? Everybody says that. I think it looks awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it looks so good. Did you see there was a whole thing at the end of the thing that they showed? Yeah. Like the kind of cool looking thing that they showed. They had a whole trailer of a ton of different types of things.
I can tell you.
Tell me
exactly why you're the only one that cares.
Why?
Because you don't have a PlayStation 3, so you have never tried Little Big Planet, so you haven't experienced learning to not care about
no.
stuff.
Okay, so here's the difference between that. I've played Little Big Planet, and I've played around with making levels and stuff. This seems so much like more simple than doing like. Yeah, it seems like you can go just as it's just tiny with the details, but when like on the broader level, it's so much easier to create like a template for something.
Just the more user generated stuff that user generated. Like the more games that we get that are focused on user-generated content, the more I realize that like that's just not a thing I'm interested in at all. It's like the way I described it when I was doing my tweet storm while it was happening. The way I described it was like, to me, a lot of the stuff it strikes me as like the grocery self-checkout of video games.
You don't want
great! I get to make the games now. Awesome.
That doesn't sound fun to you?
I used to just play them. Now I get to put them together.
I don't know. I love the shit out of.
I hope I get to assemble the Xbox motherboard.
You don't like Forge mode? You don't like making stuff in Forge?
Nope.
Man, it's so much fun.
I like seeing the fun things that other people make.
Yeah, I mean you can do that too.
Yeah, but I mean like that's like Halo is its own game that has Forge in it. It's not like a game about that.
Man, that Halo thing was silly, right?
I was such a big fan of it.
I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was he's got armor on, but he still needs a cloak.
But he was in disguise. He doesn't want people to know that he's the Master
from what?
Chief.
He's in a desert.
He's the Master Chief.
First of all, as soon as I heard the music, like at the very beginning, I said, "This is Halo."
Because I was just watching it, and I wasn't paying great attention, but I was like, because
how would you rate your level of attention?
It was at about a 3.
Yeah, I saw the cloak. Because I just saw
like someone in a cloak wandering through a desert. I don't know. It'll pick up at some point. But I just remember at some point it was like I saw the thing in the cloak, and then I was kind of like, this kind of looks vaguely Bungie-ish or something.
You know, I hear this new one though is trying to compete with Journey.
And then I saw the thing that he was holding, like the AI unit, and I was like, that looks familiar. What is that? And then I saw like the big robot dragon thing come up, and I was like, oh, maybe this is like Destiny or the thing. And then suddenly I was like, Destiny is Bungie's new game. I was like, oh wait, maybe this is Destiny. And then suddenly it clicked in my head, and I was like, oh no, that's Cortana's thing. And then like the hood flies back, and I'm like, it's the Master Chief.
I didn't see.
He's holding.
No, I mean I didn't see Destiny's thing on the Sony thing.
Sony thing?
Yeah,
you didn't see any of it.
No, I saw it. I just didn't see that part. I didn't see the whole thing. I saw most of it. I missed that part.
What are we talking about? What part did you miss?
I don't know. Didn't they show something about Destiny?
Yeah, they did a live stage demo.
Yeah, I didn't see it. What is?
Well, you said that you saw parts of it.
I saw parts of that. I saw almost the whole Sony thing.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were saying you didn't see the Sony thing?
I thought you meant you saw parts of the Destiny.
Yeah, I just missed that part. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a game that demos really well because it's kind of like...
What is it?
Well, we already knew that it's like...
I don't know anything about it.
It's some kind of semi-MMO thing.
Semi-MMO?
It's a semi-MMO. Oh, shit. It's a semi-MMO.
Semi-MMO. I don't like that.
Semi-MMO?
Yeah.
All right.
Semi-MMO sounds like someone did a bad job on the front lawn.
Oh, wait, did I tell you about my Tumblr?
No.
My great Tumblr idea?
Yeah, what's your great Tumblr idea?
There was some time where I was tweeting like a bunch of fake Tumblrs, just whatever I was coming up with.
Man, my Tumblr sounded a lot like a fake Tumblr.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I remember Courtney was like, are these real Tumblrs? Because I honestly can't tell. But the only one that I remember was my favorite one, which is partiallymowedlawns.tumblr.
That's pretty good. That could catch on. I still don't know why like musicians with things on their heads didn't catch on. It was a bunch of album covers where like they just had weird stuff on their head for no reason. It was great.
Oh, Semimo.
Mm-hmm. Semimo.
Destiny.
First person shooter?
Yeah, it looks a lot like...
Is there a Needler?
Maybe.
Is there a Needler parallel?
Probably.
Right. God, can they come up with a single idea?
It looks a little like the art design in the game is amazing. All the landscapes look incredible.
Should I look it up right now?
Sure, go ahead.
All right.
Caller, go ahead.
Caller, go ahead.
Is your phone fixed? Oh no, look, all right. It looks a lot like, or it looks like it plays a lot like Halo, but it's some kind of like, you know.
Hold on, I gotta stop you there. You know what looks like it plays a lot like Halo? That Titan.
I think that looks a lot like Modern Warfare, but in the future.
It looks like the Call of Duty people are making Halo.
Hey, if the Call of Duty people are making Halo, that's okay with me. What do you think about Titanfall?
It looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like I would buy that over Call of Duty, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It didn't look great.
Yeah, it didn't look amazing, but they already made Call of Duty 4. So...
What?
I mean, like, Call of Duty 4 was like their big revolutionary game.
Yeah.
That kind of changed the way shooters are done.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can't get mad at them for not making something that...
You know, I mean, like, visually, the game does not look
you're crazy. It looks amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I did watch it on my phone.
Okay. Yeah, it looks...
But I watched it in HD on my phone.
I
also read people saying, like, it also doesn't look like as good as the other stuff that was being shown. I totally agree with that.
I don't know. Maybe it didn't look like the best thing. It still looked great.
Maybe it's just got a grayer look to it, so it's harder to tell how good it looks.
I don't think it looked gray. I thought it looked pretty green.
I mean, there was grass.
Yeah. Grass is green.
But, like, it was mechs and people in gray suits and gray buildings and...
Oh, what, you hate mechs now?
I love mechs. I'm just saying they were gray, because mechs are gray.
They can be
unless you're talking about Project Spark, that mech was made out of wood.
Oh, God, the scripted demos at the Microsoft thing were so bad.
Oh, they were terrible.
That was the one...
They were, some of them, offensive.
Yeah.
Step up your game, script writers. And if that guy was ad-libbing...
Hella bad ad-lib.
Yeah, really bad ad-lib.
That was more like a bad lib.
Yeah, that was a bad lib. That made me mad lib. Man, we should do this live. I need more people to not laugh.
God, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't get an email from Geek Week coordinator Kevin Harrington saying, "Hey, are you doing Geek Week this year?"
Disappointing.
I never got that email, so I kind of forgot about it until I was like, "Wait, is it Geek Week?" I don't even know if it happened this year.
Maybe it didn't.
Maybe it didn't.
It happened.
I should have asked my professor for screenwriting was in it was supposed to be in it last year.
What I was going to say was that the Destiny demo was done by Bungie guy with like the brown hair and the glasses, and he has like the weird voice. That guy, and Jason Jones, who was like the founder or whatever. I think he left Bungie, and I guess
wasn't he in one of the Lethal Weapon movies?
Stop it. And I think this was him announced, like, I think him being part of the stage demo was like the announcement that he's back with Bungie or something.
Okay.
I think that was the idea.
Okay.
But like, it was them two playing together doing the demo, but they had like these scripted lines that were like, that like they didn't have an incredible intimate knowledge of this game. It's like, you are like the two head guys on this game. Like, why are you presenting yourselves like, we're just two buddies playing this game? Like, you're not fooling me.
So, no one in a press conference will ever nail conversational. They'll never nail it. Just tell us about the game.
Because you're on stage in front of really millions of people.
You've got a headset mic with a super thin mouthpiece. That's how we know that you know a lot about the game. Anybody with a super thin mouthpiece, what are you looking at? What are you doing? Is there breaking news happening on your screen?
Fucking Nicole's on Twitter asking Max Temkin for a hug. What the fuck is this shit?
I don't know.
What is this?
Who's Max Temkin? He sounds
He's the guy who makes Cards Against Humanity. I'm getting pushed out.
That guy's filthy. You better watch this.
Shit, what were we saying? Just like all the like, good shot, or like, what is this gonna be? What have I found here?
Here's the thing about, so the Killer Instinct, like, the rape thing.
Yeah.
Like, before that happened, it was, like, the best one so far, because it was, like, a producer from the game, and then a lady who I can't remember what her job was, and she kept them being like, this isn't fair, you're the producer of this game. And like, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, and to catch people up, there was two people from Rare on stage demoing Killer Instinct, which is a revival of the fighting series that Rare made back in the day.
Killer Instinct.
And there was a guy...
of the same name.
There was a guy playing against a girl, and then a third guy who was a bystander, and he said to the girl who was losing... Oh,
it was the bystander? Yeah. I thought it was the producer that was...
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It was one of them.
Because we weren't watching them, we were watching
What did he say? Like, just let it happen, it'll be over soon.
Yeah, something like that. Because he was like... He was beating her at the game.
Yeah. I can see how that would not that I could see that not intentionally being a rape joke.
Yes.
And just being a really unfortunate choice of words.
Yeah.
In that situation. But.
I mean, it was one, probably an ad lib. Two, bad ad lib. We've been over this. We don't have to. Yeah.
Poor ad lib.
Poor ad lib. And did that guy apologize? Did he say sorry or something?
I don't know.
He should probably apologize.
Hey,
at the end
I'm
of the
not
day,
his keeper.
Is probably not a super huge deal. It is a deal.
Yeah.
It is a deal. It's not a super huge deal as long as he says, "I'm sorry, it was a bad choice of words. I didn't mean anything by it."
Yeah, it's just one of those weird things where you're like,
yeah, because whether or not he knew what he was saying, everyone in the crowd did at the same time. They all at the same time knew what was up, and there was a silence.
I missed it because I could give a fuck about Killer Instinct, but
Dead Rising 3. What do you think? I know that you hate Dead Rising 1 and 2. Dead Rising 3 looks way different, and that looks pretty good.
It looks like Dead Rising, but less silly.
Yeah, which is kind of not the right direction for me. But they went far enough in the opposite direction of silly that it just seems like a pretty good game.
But I just want to say that, teasing that Rare will be unveiling the revival of one of their franchises.
Yeah, they picked the wrong franchise.
People had been asking for a Killer Instinct revival for years, but that was before Rare stopped making all games.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's people wanted Killer Instinct when they were making other non-Killer Instinct things. It's not the one Rare thing that people want.
Yeah, oh, God. I would give anything for them to be making any of their other games besides another Perfect Dark. Did they make Perfect Dark?
They did Perfect Dark Zero. Yes, they did all the... but yeah.
Yeah.
The most... sorry.
I want them to stop. I want them to do anything but Killer Instinct or Perfect Dark. God, if they did an Xbox exclusive Diddy Kong Racing game...
Hey, Banjo is in Diddy Kong Racing. They have the rights to Banjo. They probably have the rights to all the characters in that game.
Was Banjo in Diddy Kong Racing?
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
So was Conker.
Do you have Diddy Kong Racing? No? Man, I gotta get that.
What are you doing over here?
She looks like a Jawa.
She's in a blanket fortress. She does look like a Jawa. Have you seen anything from Sonic Lost World?
I saw the reveal demo. The reveal trailer, not demo.
Sure. Wait.
Right?
Have you seen the gameplay or not?
In the trailer. Yeah. Yes, I have.
Okay, sure. It looks interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like a Sonic game. It's probably alright. From what I've seen, it doesn't look like a mess.
No. It doesn't look like a mess.
No. But they'll find a way. They've got Dimps working on the other one for the 3DS.
Someone told me erroneously that that Sega was through dealing with Dimps, and I was like, awesome.
Who was it that told us about...
They lied to me.
Who was it that linked us to the story on Kotaku about Dimps doing the 3DS thing?
I don't know.
I can't remember. There's someone that writes for 1UP?
Oh, it might have been Jordan Mallory.
Yeah.
Writes for Joystick.
Yep. Joystick. Did I say 1UP?
Yep.
Is that even a thing anymore?
I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not. I don't know. All the names for them get stuck in my head because I just open them all up at the same time. Do you do that too?
I don't open any of them.
No?
No.
You don't read any of the stuff on those sites?
No, I don't.
What do you read on?
Giant Bomb.
They don't have a lot of news stories.
Yeah, I don't like news stories that much. I don't care. I don't give an F.
You don't give a single F?
No.
But how are you going to learn about all the breaking news? Breaking hot video game
One of my columns on TweetDeck is just the breaking hashtag, and I get it all that way.
Okay. Doesn't that give you Breaking Bad spoilers?
Hashtag breaking, hashtag bad. Did we finish with the DRM thing?
No, we didn't even really start.
Steam in a lot of ways is just as bad, if not worse, than the Xbox thing, except for the 24-hour offline whatever.
Yeah, they have 30 days offline.
At least you get 24 hours offline without notice on the Xbone.
Yeah.
I was about to say Xbox One, and I hit it off the pass.
Man, I can't say Xbone. Can I have a sip of that? God damn
you can have that.
I'll just take the can, yeah. Why not? I need a sweet juice drink or something. I'll go in a minute.
But did you hear anything about the sharing stuff on Xbox?
Yeah, like you can set if you have someone on your friends list for 30 days, you can send them a thing.
Yeah, you can digitally lend the games to them and stuff.
Yeah,
and then there are
but
I don't know how this works, but you can have up to 10 people set as your family members, and then they have basically total access to your game library.
So here's where they that stuff is awesome. The gold sharing thing, that was awesome. That's that's a way better thing than the DRM is a bad thing, right?
Yeah, I think this DRM stuff, you lose used games and whatever, but I think you gain a lot of interesting features. That's what interests me about the Xbox One is that.
But also, you don't lose used games because since Sony is not doing any of this stuff, that means that it's not a publisher-led force to get to stop used games.
Well, it is.
Is it?
I mean, it was.
I mean, sure, publishers want that.
Yeah.
But because Sony didn't hop on board, it's probably less likely that publishers were putting pressure on Microsoft and Sony. I think
they were. I think just Microsoft went with it. I think the only reason that PlayStation 4 allows used games is because they need to, so that they can compete with Microsoft. That's all it is. Sony is taking the hit of allowing used games to be able to not get crushed to death by the Xbox.
I'm just saying, okay, so if you get digital games, digital copies of your games, and they're not on disc,
they're in the Digiverse.
Of course, if they're in the Digiverse,
they're in my digital locker.
Yeah,
aging.
Yep.
Finally, like a fine wine.
Yep, or cheese. And what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So you've got the digital. Of course, there's got to be restrictions on how you can lend that to people, or otherwise, one person buys a game and then all your friends have it for free forever because you can just lend the game back and forth. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah.
So they've got to put restrictions on that. When you can't just give someone a disc and have them play it whenever, that's when it starts being a little weird. But I get it. That is so distracting.
Sorry.
What are you doing? What was?
This is just I don't know. I'm just messing around with my fingernails and my teeth. Sorry. Okay. I guess that's what I'm saying.
I thought that you were purposefully trying to distract.
No.
I thought it was I'm gonna make him lose focus.
You're losing the used games that you buy from a store, but it sounds like you're getting a lot in the way of game lending.
Yeah.
Digital lending, which is what people have been wanting for so long.
Digital lending.
Yeah.
But they're taking away physical lending, and that's what people are
yeah.
People are... Okay, so here's the problem, is that people simultaneously want everything to be the exact same as it was last generation.
Exactly.
And they want the future where everything is digital. And Microsoft they're probably trying as hard as they can to balance that out in a way that doesn't lose them a lot of money. And it's it's shitty. It doesn't really work.
That's the thing. I like new things and new ideas a lot. Mm-hmm. So I always want to give the benefit of the doubt. Or, I mean, maybe that's not the right term, but I'm always really interested in things that take stuff in new directions, because I look at the PlayStation 4, and it's oh, we're just kind of doing the same thing as last time. It's well, that's what got you destroyed last time.
Yeah.
Because the Xbox was forward-thinking, and they had all these new, interesting things.
By the way, again, it is so much more forward-thinking this time around. It's even more forward-thinking, I think, than it was before.
Yeah?
Yeah. Xbone versus PS1. God, I can't say it. I gotta...
No, but that's why, though.
Why?
You say Xbone because it's so stupid.
Yeah, but it feels bad to say.
Xbox Episode 1.
Xbox, yeah, I like that way better.
The
Xbox...
Phantom.
Are you being force choked? What's happening?
Yeah, let's talk about Star Wars. During the EA press conference.
Didn't see it. You told me to.
Which was interesting. It looks...
Tell me, God, tell me what it is. Just tell me.
EA's got some good games coming up. They had a teaser. They were here's what DICE is working on, and I just kind of assumed that it was...
was it...
I assumed it was Battlefield 4, and I was watching it, and then all of a sudden...
Skipping Battlefield 3? Oh, no, sorry. Battlefront. Is it Battlefront 3? Are they finishing Battlefront 3?
They are making a Battlefront game.
They're making it is not Star Wars Battlefront 3, the almost finished game.
It's called Star Wars Battlefront.
Do you think so? They're rebooting Battlefront.
I just don't think it has an official
Star
name
Wars: The Battlefront.
All it was
the Star Wars.
This is what it was. They showed a teaser trailer, and it's I think a first-person perspective of someone like walking around like there's like snowy, there's like a blizzard, and then all of a sudden like the
Hoth, right? Hoth,
yeah. And then these like pink like laser blasts start coming out of the sky, and I was like, okay, so it's not Battlefield because that's not lasers. And then all of a sudden like a snow speeder comes like spiraling out of the air and like crashes on the ground, and I was like, oh yeah, like fucking the Star Wars thing. DICE is making Star Wars, and then Star Wars Battlefront.
Do you think this is what I had in my head a month ago? Let's say a month. Okay. A month ago, they started releasing like more footage of the 95% complete.
I think you're being generous with that percentage, aren't you?
I read a thing where they said like 95%.
Dollars to donuts. I trust DICE to make a good Battlefront game more than anyone.
I just make anything battle something.
Yeah,
they've got battle blanks down.
This is why
battle blocks.
This is why I don't understand why people are so up in arms about this EA Star Wars thing.
Yeah,
it's EA. They
gave it to all the
people. They have the people that made KOTOR.
The people that made Battlefront.
The people that make the good series that Battlefront was always like a pretty good imitation of. DICE didn't make Battlefront.
Weren't they a part of Battlefront? Didn't they make the multiplayer for Battlefront?
No, DICE made Battlefield.
Yeah.
And Battlefront was a ripoff of Battlefield.
Oh. I swear to God, I thought that DICE had a hand in the Battlefront multiplayer.
Pandemic made Battlefront. That was the thing. Battlefront was just Battlefield with Star Wars.
Yeah, I know that.
So now
and that's why I thought that DICE helped make their multiplayer.
The Star Wars.
Yeah, but isn't that...
What more could you want?
I want a straight answer to my fucking question, Kyle.
No, fucking DICE was not involved in Battlefront at all.
But have they done that before, where DICE will make the multiplayer to...
DICE made the multiplayer for Medal of Honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which was not good.
Not great, let's say.
I would say sub good, if only slightly. Because not great implies good, it's good, and it was not good.
I heard that it was okay.
Yeah, okay, sub good.
Alright, fine.
Yeah. But, I mean, if we're going, like, if we're going to be, like, 100% on this, if something's excellent, it's also not good.
I hate you. What? It's getting hot in this room. What are we...
I've got an air conditioner, but it's louder than a jet engine. And it's also not that hot in here.
It's so hot.
You are in a million blankets.
2 against 1.
1 blanket.
Alright, she's in 1 blanket.
Can we open a window?
Yes.
We crack a window?
I've got a fan over here. I can turn the fan on a little bit. Do you want that? The fan's probably pretty quiet.
No, I don't want that.
Are we good?
I think we're good.
Alright, what else?
I can't really remember what EA has anymore, but stuff looked good. EA's got some good stuff.
Yeah. I didn't watch it.
They do good work.
Tell me what else they had. I mean, if you're forgetting the games, what else from Sony did you like? Because I can name you 4, at least 4 Xbox exclusives that I would buy.
Knack looked interesting.
Knack?
I liked... Did you say no?
I said, what's Knack?
Oh, don't even worry about it. It's like
talk about it.
It's like a kind of... It looks like a cutesy third-person action game. It kind of like... When you see it, I don't know if it's going to play like this, but it evokes like Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. Like these games that haven't existed since the PS2.
What are you talking about? Ratchet and Clank is on...
Okay, oh yeah, you're right.
There's like 3 Ratchet and Clank games for the PS2.
You're right, yeah, okay.
Are you alright? And like at least 2 of them were pretty good, right?
PS2 is when they mattered, though. Or when they really mattered, I guess.
I remember having a blast with one of the PS2 Ratchet and Clanks.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
So that looks kind of interesting. I think Drive Club
is it not
cool.
made by the same people? Or is it...
No, I don't know who's made
it. Who made...
It's a Sony game.
I mean, not the same people that made Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter, because those are 2 different people. But I mean, who made Jak and Daxter? No, Ratchet and Clank.
I don't know who's making Knack.
Who made Ratchet and Clank? It was,
Insomniac.
Yeah, there we go.
And Jak and Daxter was Naughty Dog.
Yeah, I knew that. They also did Crash Bandicoot, which is interesting, because it's like a strange...
Jak and Daxter was kind of... When you play the first Jak and Daxter, at least, it's pretty clear that...
they had made Crash Bandicoot?
Like, you press, like, the square button, he does, like, a spin attack, just like Crash Bandicoot.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
I saw that, and I was just like, mind blown! The Jak and Daxter's just Crash Bandicoot, but it's bigger.
Yeah. But no, I mean, the jump from Crash Bandicoot to Jak and Daxter makes perfect sense. And then there's a jump from that to Uncharted, and that doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
But good for them.
Oh, good for them.
Good for them. I really want to play Last of Us, by the way.
Yeah, it sounds good. I don't know if people like it.
Really good. Phil didn't like it. Phil Kohler, Polygon.com.
Phil Kohler hated it.
2.0. It was like a 7.5. He gave it 7.5?
I think he gave it the lowest possible score.
1?
7.5. 7.5. It was the lowest possible.
On a scale of 1 to 10 in games journalism, the lowest number is a 7.5.
Someone on Twitter responded to something Phil said, or something I said about Phil with, like, in asterisks it said, like, NeoGAF burning Phil Kohler an effigy emoji.
So, on one hand, like, Phil, you're allowed to dislike any game that he wants. On the other hand...
7.5 isn't disliking.
I thought you said that he hated it.
I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
He gave it a 7.5.
Yeah. It's not great.
Sure.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
when I read Polygon scale
is
skews lower than other places anyway.
That's true. I'm just saying that from what I read, maybe I can't remember, and if he listens to this, he can correct me. A lot of the things that he took points away for was for, like, evoking too much of a response in him.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, it was like so dark it made me feel uncomfortable.
Get your shit together, Phil.
Yeah, Phil. God. I was reading that and I'm like, alright, well, it made you feel uncomfortable, so get lower score. But I'm like, yeah, it's a good game. Right? That's a good game.
It's a good game.
A game that can make you feel that weird.
I mean, I haven't read any reviews for it, and I know pretty little about it, so I can't.
I read Phil's and Patrick Klepek's. Wait, was it Patrick Klepek? Did he review that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, those are the two.
I thought it was weird that Microsoft, like, they showed a bunch of games, but they didn't really do anything to try to sell people on the system.
I think that's what they were doing with the games.
Yeah, I guess so, but like...
Look at all these games that we have. A lot of these look really good, and people on Twitter aren't going to recognize that. Step up your game, people on Twitter.
Yeah, I guess there's just so much... Like, I was totally expecting them to talk about the game sharing thing. Like, hey, assholes, you're mad about our DRM, but what about this?
I think it was overcompensation, where they didn't talk about any games, and people were like, what about games? And they were like, fuck it, games.
All games.
All games. Which, I mean, good on them.
$499.
I want to find... Alright.
Which, by the way, $500 is not like...
It's not crazy.
It's not an egregious sum.
Yeah, $100 is a game and a half more than you were going to spend anyway.
But, you know, $400 is better, for sure.
Yeah, buy $100.
I'm also interested by this whole, like, server-side calculation stuff that they keep talking about for the Xbox One, but they haven't really given any concrete examples of. You know what I'm talking about?
Concrete examples of what?
Of, like, this cloud processing stuff.
Yeah,
we're able to do some calculations in the cloud, non-time-intensive calculations. It's like the cloud is strengthening your Xbone. It's stoking your Xbone.
What game was it where there was, like, a huge delay on getting the video started? And there was that...
Battlefield?
Was that Battlefield?
Wait,
Yeah, I think it was the Battlefield demo.
It might have... Yeah, like he was like sitting there.
Yeah, he was standing there for like 45 seconds, and he was like, "Are we going? Are we not going?"
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite moment of the entire thing was when, man, a lot of weird technical stuff for the Microsoft press conference. The Crimson Dragon.
Yeah.
And it was silent, and you could hear. Who was it that was doing
Crimson Dragoon?
Who was it that did the intro for that? Something Spencer?
Oh, I don't know.
So anyway, he walks off, and he was like, "That was good," and then the Like, you could hear him because his mic was still on.
Right.
Like, that was good. And then the Crimson Dragon thing starts. No audio for the whole thing. No attempt to fix the audio for it.
Oh, they were trying.
I'm sure.
Don't worry. There was people behind the scenes losing their minds.
Yeah.
But they couldn't find the unmute button or whatever.
Yeah, but like at that point, just stop it. Send them back out there. Have them talk about the game for 2 minutes.
It's live TV. Like, at a certain point, they can't stop.
Was it live TV?
Yeah,
It was on Spike or something?
They've been broadcasting the E3 press conferences on TV for years. Okay. On the Sony press conference, they had... they showed off Final Fantasy Versus 13 and announced that they were changing it to Final Fantasy 15, which was predicted and great. They showed a teaser for Kingdom Hearts 3, so that was pretty great.
Oh, I totally didn't hear what you said, because I was having the revelation that Skylar Barwell also tweeted at me.
What did he say?
I said, price point aside, damn, Xbox got some games, shit. Feels like people are being really dismissive of Project Spark, which I thought was cool. And then
I'm dismissing
he
Project
said,
Spark.
well, there is that horrible DRM, mandatory Kinect, and that rape joke at the conference. I think I'll skip out on the Expo.
Are we putting that rape joke on Microsoft?
Yeah,
now?
Microsoft didn't.
And
Microsoft
not that
come
one
out,
guy who works at Rare.
Like, they're not etching the word rape into the side of the box. They're not doing that.
Listen, I'm not saying that the DRMs. Not saying the joke was not bad. Not saying that the DRM isn't an issue. Not
it is an
Kinect.
issue.
Skylar Barwell, take a fucking breath.
I'm gonna go to his
take
bio
a deep breath.
Like,
step back.
Undercover community manager for Sony Entertainment. I also got Deegan Furnace.
Oh, dude, you know, it was at the Sony press conference. Greg Kasavin on stage talking about Transistor.
Yeah, man, that game's pretty cool looking.
It's pretty cool. I just had a huge smile on my face because I was just like, Greg Kasavin's on stage at E3.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. All those users sitting in front of the stage.
Yeah.
Tables have turned, Greg.
That's right.
Yeah. I got a thing. Deegan Furnace also said to that same thing. Other than maybe one or two, I didn't see any reason to actually... one or two games, I didn't see any reason to actually buy an Xbox One. There were some good non-exclusives.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with liking the PlayStation 4 more than the Xbox One.
Yeah,
I do.
I bet that I was going to like the PlayStation 4 more than... Do you? Wait,
yeah.
Talk about that.
I'm probably going to get a PS4.
Yeah?
First.
What's up with that?
First. Just,
because your attitude this whole time seemed the opposite of that.
It's cheaper, and there isn't the DRM stuff, and...
We spent an hour talking about how that wasn't really a problem.
It's not really a problem, but
it's annoying.
Yeah.
Is all.
And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still kind of up in the air about it, but I've been leaning towards PS4. It's just like... There's nothing wrong with thinking the PS4 looks better. You just don't have to be like a fucking weirdo about it.
You're a weirdo about it. I was heavily leaning towards PlayStation 4 until about 2 weeks ago. When everybody was really mad at Microsoft about how bullshit their reveal was, that's when I was like...
You can't say that Microsoft hasn't been doing themselves any favors, though.
No, they've actually been... It seems like on purpose building as many roadblocks as possible.
There was this awesome quote from Don Matrick that I saw in some interview where he said, someone asked him, like, what about, in terms of Xbox One, what about people that just, like, don't have the internet, like, can't get any kind of internet connectivity? And Don Matrick said, we have a product for people that can't get any kind of connectivity. It's called the Xbox 360. Like, A+.
That's pretty funny.
You know, like, I saw, like, this, like, infographic that was, like, number of...
But how easy would it be for them to just set up a version of the console where you buy it and you say, I can't connect to the internet? And then that's just your Xbox. Like, it could not possibly be so difficult. Like, this one cannot ever connect to the internet until you flip a switch, and then it can't be switched back.
I guess. But maybe. I don't know.
It's like 30% of the country doesn't have high-speed internet. It's a silly thing.
I remember seeing, like, this graphic of, like, you know, so the PS4 and Xbox are both launching in, select regions or whatever, and, Xbox happens to be 21 countries.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is that, because of the services involved, the online stuff, it will only work in those 21 countries or something like that. Or that's what it sounds like. Someone was asking, well, what if, Poland's not on the list of countries, but what if someone in Poland imports one from the UK? Will it work? And then, the response was I think that person should wait until the system is available in Poland or something like that. And so there was, this infographic of, countries where the Xbox will work if you get one, and it has, the 21 highlighted, and then it's, for PS4, the entire globe is highlighted or something. But,
that's a little silly.
It's a little silly. There's plenty of shit that you enjoy on a daily basis living in America or the UK or whatever that, lots of people in lots of countries don't have. So don't suddenly act like it's some huge, slight against other countries to not have the Xbox One there.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Does Canada even have Netflix?
No. I don't think so.
They don't have Kickstarter.
They don't have Kickstarter?
They don't have Kickstarter.
They have international things on Kickstarter, though.
Kickstarter is the US and the UK.
They ship stuff to the UK, but that's to Canada?
That might be it. Well, it's not about shipping to the UK. It's about, just...
It's not about shipping?
No, it's just about,
It should be.
It's just about where you're creating the Kickstarter from.
There's a lot of shipping involved in Kickstarter.
That's true. You're right. Unless you don't ship stuff.
Everybody ships stuff.
You're
I don't think there's a single Kickstarter that's been successfully funded where there's been no shipping involved.
They showed off...
By the way, Eugene Merman has a Kickstarter that's about to fail.
For what?
For 4 years in a row, he funded he has a comedy festival through Kickstarter, and it's been in Brooklyn, and he moved it to Boston for this year because, that's where he's from, and it's got there's 2 days left, and it's still $5,000 off from the goal. And the goal was $5,000.
It was $5,000 off, which was also the goal. So
yeah, it was $2,000 off and $5,000 was the goal.
Yeah, what you can do?
I don't know.
Kickstarters fail.
Yeah, but Eugene Merman has a history of successfully kickstarting his thing, and now it's coming to the place where I'm at, and it's going to fail.
That sucks.
It's bullshit.
Sucks for you.
It does. By the way,
hey, why don't you make an infographic about it?
There's a hilarious.
You live in a region that won't be getting a Eugene Merman comedy festival.
There's a there's a really funny article that I read about. It was 10. I didn't read about the article. I read the article. It was 10 unfunded Eugene Merman reward things, and it was just the fucking most insane prizes for his shit. It was I think the $200 thing is you get you get a VIP trash bag that gets you to every show, but as long as you're wearing the trash bag and it's autographed. And so you get it for free, and you get every show, and you get to sit in the VIP section and go backstage and have lunch with Eugene Merman, but only if you wear this autographed trash bag.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, it's all stuff like that. It's really funny. For $20, you get your name written in the program, and then in small font next to your name it says racist.
I wanted to get back to the Microsoft thing. You know what it reminds me of? People getting so mad, acting like Microsoft is evil for making a product that they're not on board with. Yeah. It's like when people vote every year for EA as the worst American company.
Yeah, God, that's so obnoxious.
What are you talking about? Oh my God.
Phil, you voted, you have AT&T. I just picked Phil as a random name. I'm not talking about Phil Kohler. I know that we just say his name all the time.
No, but you know who else is an American company?
What?
Monsanto.
Yeah. They're a pretty big company.
Come on.
Yeah. I would say, how is AT&T not winning that every year? I mean, Monsanto, worse company than AT&T in terms of, impact on the world.
Exactly.
But, AT&T is a customer service-based company that is far more obnoxious.
Basically, I look at how people on the internet vote EA as the worst American company every year, and I'm like, fucking, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah. Because
you people are living in that world.
Yeah. Your whole life is a subreddit. It's insane.
consumer video game tragedies.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Did we talk about
There was a Ubisoft press conference. I don't remember.
Did it have Mr. Caffeine?
No, it did have Aisha Tyler though.
2 years in a row, and they didn't. They can't get him a third time. I mean, they wouldn't get him a third time.
I was gonna say, I think Mr. Caffeine's available. No, they have Aisha Tyler now. She does a good job.
She's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like her.
All I remember about it really, my favorite part was that when she introed Rayman, she talked about how apparently Rayman started as an Atari Jaguar game, and I just like the way she said it, where she's like, initially as a game for the Atari Jaguar. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the appropriate way to say Atari Jaguar.
Basically, my only problem with Aisha Tyler is actually more of a problem with the entire rest of the world, where she has to try so hard to, like, reassure everyone that she's a real person.
Yeah.
That it's like it's like if all 3 Iron Man movies had an origin story in it. It's like every time she introduces herself to talk about video games, she has to explain how, like, I'm serious, I like video games, these are the video games I like, I know stuff, I'm not stupid, don't talk about how I don't know anything, because I do know stuff.
Yeah, like,
and it's not her fault, it's everybody else's fault.
That's why I'm incredibly distracted anytime I watch her on stage at Ubisoft, because all I can think about is all the people that hate her for no reason.
God, it's so obnoxious. So like, I just hate, like, everybody?
I
just hate. I am a machine built to hold your rage.
It is all I am programmed to do. I hate.
Feed all you want, my precious hate fish. That is the deepest callback.
Any more E3 stuff?
Fuck no. What? No, E3 is boring and dumb. It's pretty cool.
How do you feel about E3 this? See, I feel like I don't have the proper perspective on E3 this year.
Well, yeah, what is that? What's that about?
Because Nicole's away at E3. I'm not happy about it.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, so I haven't really been paying attention.
So, like, that goddamn E3 is taking Nicole away?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I can't tell because I don't feel very excited about E3 this year, which is weird because new consoles are coming out.
Yeah! We've got really nice computers.
It's true. I still just, like... I just don't like playing games on a PC. I just don't like it. It's a hassle to me.
It's way easier for me. Like, it's way more of a hassle for me.
The PC is what I do everything else on. So when it's being taken up by only a game, it's like a huge inconvenience.
Yeah, you've got 2 screens. It's only being taken up by 50%.
No, because it has to focus on the game. It can't be like...
In Steam, you can make it like a borderless window thing, even if the game doesn't support that.
Even if the game doesn't support it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Right. Even if the game doesn't support it in the options.
That makes it a little bit better.
Yeah. There's
the analogy
I thought of... If you go to Steam and you do launch options, it's like you can do like you can write in full screen, no border, and it will... Or like windowed and then no border, and then it will...
Sure?
Yeah, I did it for Team Fortress. Worked perfect.
Well, yeah, because that's a Valve game.
No, I did it for another thing too that wasn't Valve. Positive.
Okay. The analogy I thought of one day was like, it's like having a pool table in the middle of your living room. It's like, yeah, pool's great, but like, this space is for lots of things, and now it's just for pool.
Like, I only do my computer stuff on one screen anyway. Like, I designate one screen for a static program. So if I'm like, so right now, this screen is for surfing on the internet, and this screen is where I have, like, a TV show or a movie or...
Yeah.
Something.
Sure.
And then, so I've got, so this screen is for something, and this screen is for video games.
Yeah.
So I'm not losing any fight. Like,
I just like that. Just the console is just easier to me.
Yeah.
And it's more.
You know how you have just like Spot on one of your thing, you have just like Spotify open, and that's just your Spotify monitor for now. That's just how I feel about video games.
No, I use it for lots of things, like TweetDeck or Skype.
Yeah, that too.
I just like Spotify. I remember I saw some like NeoGAF thread, and God, why do I see NeoGAF threads now? I hate this.
I've never seen a NeoGAF thread, so.
Yeah, it's because I follow Twitters that are related to NeoGAF.
NeoGAF shitposts?
NeoGAF shitposts, and for a minute I was following, when E3 was starting, I was following the NeoGAF new threads Twitter, which just automatically tweets anytime there's a new thread.
So the cool thing about NeoGAF is,
You don't ever have to go there.
I was just gonna just not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to try it again?
So the cool thing about NeoGAF is...
Are there any other video games?
I saw someone on NeoGAF saying, like, I just realized today, like, I realized about the Xbox One, it's like, fucking Xbox One is just like, it's just basically like a computer. Like, it's like a computer, it's like they're just trying to sell me, like, a PC, but it's like it has a controller and I can put it in my living room. And, like, it kind of only plays games and some other stuff. It's like, yeah, welcome to video game consoles, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's what, it's like...
I never understand the reasoning people say that are like, my PC does all this. It's like, yeah, but it's less convenient, though.
I will say that, for me, more convenient.
My PC already does Skype and television. Except not television, but I pirate things.
Yeah. I am why you had to wait 6 years for Arrested Development. Why do I have to buy an Xbox One? Can't I just download it? Can't I just download this Xbox One? Would you steal a car? I'd download a car.
I've heard there was... This might have even just been on, like, Premium Blend or something. I have no idea what comedian it was, but I think it was some woman that was, was like, would you steal a car? Like, if I could walk up to any car on the road and just touch it, and then 10 seconds later I had an exact copy of that car that I got to keep, and the other person didn't lose their car either, I would fucking steal a lot of cars.
That's pretty good. I remember you telling me that. Or I heard it.
Yeah.
I think that was Gallagher too.
Yeah, I think that was Gallagher.
I think it was Louis C. Gaffigan. I think it was...
I don't know. Is this the end?
Yeah. I'm just going to press that stop button. Do you have anything else?
Well, don't stop it yet.
Okay. Now?
Stop it.
Okay.
No!
Okay. I stopped it.
So that's our, I guess...
Oh yeah, we never said our names or anything like that?
That's our impressions about E3 press conferences, mostly. Mm-hmm. I guess there's always... I wish we had just opened up like a list of stuff that was shown off so that we know what we were talking about. Mm-hmm. We used to do that, and it used to work so well.
Well, Kyle, you came here and you didn't have any mics or anything.
I really didn't prepare you.
No, you didn't. This is not professional like we usually do.
Ah, man.
Yeah. Like, the last podcast we did, we had fucking, like, lists and shit. So it's not like we stopped it. It's just this one time.
It's just so much. It's so much.
Was the last podcast we did for Chris for end of the year, game of the year?
Yeah.
That's like once every other season.
I'm trying to like grasp for any like last minute stuff.
How did Gran Turismo? I mean, not Gran Turismo. Forza look. I have no scale.
I don't know. Forza looks like cars, next gen cars. Like Forza's just gonna look like Forza.
Yeah.
And I like Forza, but it's not like it's,
Isn't that? Are you done with it yet?
Yeah, sure. I didn't play Forza 4 really. So
there's 4 of those.
I more or less skipped 4, but I played a ton of 2 and 3.
What else? What other games were there? Do you even know what was at the Ubisoft thing?
I don't remember. There was a Rabbids thing that I didn't care and I skipped over.
Yeah, of course.
But there was interesting stuff. Shit. Oh, Tom Clancy's
Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh, there was Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Fine. Who cares?
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's so gone.
Yeah. Who cares about what was once one of my favorite game franchises?
Bah.
Only 2 years ago. Only 2 years ago was my favorite game franchise.
There's some new Tom Clancy game that seems like some kind of open world. You know what I'm really interested about in this generation?
I know.
Is all the games that seem to be dealing with this, like, open world, always multiplayer thing, which maybe is just something that is more possible with
Is that Watchdoggy? Is that... Are they coming from that angle, too?
I think so. It's
really
not clear. They haven't really talked about it.
Yeah, all they've done is have the coolest, like, demos and videos of all time. They haven't done
all time?
They haven't done anything besides have the most interesting...
There's... And what Watch Dogs did do this year was what everyone fucking did, was like, check out, there's a buddy who's helping out on his iPad. Do you not know what I'm talking about? With, like... It was in
Smart Glass?
everything.
Are you talking about Smart Glass?
It was like Smart Glass, but then there was also just like... It just seemed like no matter what the platform or the company or the game, it was just like, three of us are playing together and then our buddy is like a flying robot because he's on an iPad.
So every game is now like 2% Super Mario Galaxy?
Kinda, I don't know.
I've got Smart Glass on this thing. I've never even...
Smart Glass was on everything.
Yeah, but I mean, I downloaded
And people
it.
still don't know that. Like, I got a tweet, I said something about Smart Glass on Twitter, and someone was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy a fucking tablet. I don't know what that was about.
I don't know either. Did we lose all that?
I don't know if it was even recording.
I touched the button.
Yeah, but I think it might have been like, I'm still uploading.
I guess we're done.
I don't know. Well,
that's Kyle Churchill and Keith Carberry, and we're done. Because we may have lost a whole ton of stuff, but if we didn't, keep going.
iPads. I don't
want an iPad.
Okay, Windows Surface then.
There we go. Now I can follow you.
I don't understand.
I thought you were about to say how great iPads were.
You're a strange and mysterious person to me. No, I was talking about how it seemed like all the games at E3 this year in the press conferences they all featured some kind of, like, if your buddy just has his iPad, he can join in and, like, tap on a map and then stuff. He can beat Tinkle Bombs.
Who's Tinkle Bombs? Is that a Skylander?
There was no, it was like a GBA thing in Wind Waker. You could plug in a GBA to the GameCube with the link cable thing, and then someone could move a cursor around in the game world and, like, drop bombs.
It's called Tinker Bombs.
Tingle. Like
Tingle?
Like the Zelda character, Tingle.
Oh, with the hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the hat.
Yeah. The one in the Zelda universe that has a hat?
The one guy in the Zelda universe with the hat.
Yeah. Because there's that girl with the hat, Link.
Yeah. The girl with the hat, Zelda.
Yeah.
Who wears the green hat when she gets the Master Sword.
Yeah, she's got that tunic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
You're done?
I mean, I could keep going if there was stuff to go about. Basically,
I was talking about there's some new Tom Clancy game that's like this co-op open world shooter survival post-apocalyptic.
That's not the one that we saw at PAX. That I was like, no, those animations are literally the animations from Assassin's Creed.
No, that was Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Okay,
this is something new.
Splinter Cell Black Flag.
Something new. It looks pretty cool.
Okay,
it looks cool.
Does it have Michael Ironman?
I can't believe they don't have Michael Ironside in the fucking...
They still don't?
Like, when they showed a trailer for it, and I was like, come on, can you guys please just do, like, the surprise we're putting Michael Ironside back in? Can they at least have
Jeremy Irons? I just want someone with iron in their name.
Metal Gear Solid 5. Did you see that?
Yes.
This is the very first thing in the Microsoft...
Yeah. That was awesome.
The
bandage... What was that thing that we did with the whale?
Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain, yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Is it called Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Phantom.
Does that look good? Should I play all the Metal Gear Solid games in a row?
Yeah.
I have Alan Wake now. Should we do a thing where we stream that and I'm playing it in my room all by myself?
We could do that.
I'd be probably pretty scared. That'd be fun for
Courtney's
people, right?
actually going through and watching Let's Plays of all the Metal Gear Solid games right now.
Why?
Because they're awesome. She's into it.
Let's Plays are awesome?
Metal Gear Solid is awesome.
Oh, okay.
She changed her icon. Her Twitter icon was just a picture of her, like the cartoon version of her face.
Yeah,
and she changed it to have a Solid Snake headband and a cigarette now.
That's pretty cool.
And I think she has to do some kind of like sculpture as some final art project, and she's going to do a Solid Snake on a caribou.
That's pretty cool.
Because apparently Solid Snake taught her that caribous represent peace and love. Metal Gear Solid goes to some weird places, dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I played one until you viciously stole your copy of it from me.
Yeah, after a year.
No, I had been playing it.
I'm not having this discussion with you.
I'm just saying, you're bad. You're bad.
The Metal Gear Solid 5 thing, visually looked incredible.
Yeah.
And
are you interested in playing it as a game?
The gameplay looked interesting, but it looked very different from previous Metal Gear games. So
but haven't the last couple Metal Gear games not been the best?
Yeah, but they haven't been full numbered Metal Gear Solid games. Plus, people fucking loved Peace Walker on the PSP. I don't understand. Like, I was at like the IGN PAX East panel for like talking about your favorite game of the generation, and like Greg Miller said Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, and like fucking everybody in the crowd was like, "Fuck yeah!"
I think it's because it's such an unexpected choice, and then people kind of like it. So they're like, I didn't expect that, and I kind of like that game. I've got to cheer.
It was like, man, nothing in that game did really anything for me. I don't get what people like see in that game. It was weird.
Do I have to start from the first Metal Gear Solid, or can I just like pick up?
You have to start from Metal Gear Solid 1.
Okay.
You don't have to play Metal Gear on the MSX if that's what you're asking.
I'm asking that, yeah.
You should read a synopsis of what happens, but it was.
It
was a late '80s game.
Don't edit this out. I'll just download a ROM.
Yeah, but then you have to play it though.
Yeah, I'll play it, but I'll just download it.
I just tried to play the original Metal Gear.
I'll play the remake of it, right? I'll just can't.
There's no remake.
Oh, they remade Twin Snakes, right?
Twin Snakes is a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1.
Is it?
Which is Metal Gear Solid 1 is the third Metal Gear.
What are you talking about?
It's Metal Gear 2, and then Metal Gear Solid. It's not complicated.
It's complicated if everybody just calls them all Metal Gear.
You're right. Metal Gear Solid, so since Metal
Gear Solid isn't the first Metal Gear game?
No. What? It's the first Metal Gear Solid game.
Oh my god. This is like, that series, the naming in that is like a cross between Call of Duty 5, Modern Warfare 2, and Xbox One being the third Xbox.
Listen. What? I know how you feel. Because before I got into Metal Gear Solid, I thought it sounded like the craziest...
Metal Gear.
I thought it sounded like the craziest, most convoluted thing ever, until I actually learned about it, and I was like, oh no, it's really simple.
So it goes Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3, 2.
They went straight from 1 to 3.
I don't know. Xbox went from 360 to 1. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah, basically. That's why
By the way, how come nobody I'm not hearing anybody making fun of that name?
X-Bone.
That's just like a nickname. I'm not hearing anybody talking about nobody's saying specifically that name is dumb. That's a bad name.
I saw someone tweet right after it got announced. There was like, "Wow, gotta hand it to Microsoft. I didn't expect a prequel."
That's pretty good.
I was gonna say that's why, since Metal Gear Solid 4 is technically the 7th game in the Metal Gear series overall, all the L's in Metal Gear Solid 4 are upside down 7s. Check it out, true story.
I'm gonna believe you.
And I think the 4 is also like an upside down 7 with a line.
Okay. I don't have anything else to talk about.
Alright.
Yeah.
I think that's E3s for now.
Yeah.
We could talk later.
Yeah, we can.
We should try to do more podcasts.
Later? Or in general?
In general.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Bye.